People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People of Seven on Twitter and YouTube, people elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my source can be purchased at people.etsy.com. I'm here about to do a tiger stripe with more colors than, the average tiger stripe has. It's going to have 11 colors. Each one is representing a individual. So I'm going to bring this up so you can see it. So that way you can see it set up. But someone said, hey, if you do the tiger stripe, could you take a picture of it or videotape it? So I said, sure. And I'm going to attempt to do that now. And I'm seeing if everything I'm doing is going to be in camera. So this is where I'm going to pull. Alrighty then. By the way, fair warning, this is going to be loud for one simple reason. I don't have a mute button, and I got a stick blend. £5 batch, so this is July water. Actually, it's a 6-pound batch. And I do have another small mold over here for if I have an overflow. Now, the lye water has been completely stirred and cooled and everything, but I have a procedure I follow. Anytime I'm using lye, before, until it reaches trace, I got on my goggles, I got on protection. And I need to move this. Actually, that's the super fatting container, so I'll just put that in there to rest. Adding my lye water. I'm doing this on top of my scale, by the way, because frankly, there's no more room in here. And I'm doing this just to emulsification. And my fragrance oil is already added. Come to think of it, I need to put my super fat in here now. Because otherwise, if I wait to trace, this is going to set up while it's halfway in these cups. And that won't be fair. Now we're going to put that there. And oh, well, that ain't going to work for me. Hold on. First of all, I could tell that wasn't completely emulsified. And emulsification is important, especially if I don't reach trace. I do need to be emulsified. Oh, that's better. That is like the world's thinnest trace, which is kind of what you need for doing this. And it occurred to me, this would be a better way to fill these cups. is going to be a bad for my back position because I can feel it right now. I got the colors situated in a, well, somebody might think odd way. It's kind of like a modified Roy G. Biv. Although, it's like light yellow, a gold, there's a pink, so there's not a red. You know what I'm saying? The coral reef blue is the closest thing to an actual green. So that would be the Biv, or the G. And the Biv would be 3 different colors of blue. I was trying for several different colors of blue, but didn't quite work out that way. Okie dokie, there's that one. Did I get a splash? Oh, feels like it. And tomorrow my frother is supposed to arrive. It'd be nice to have that right now. Because if you got to mix up 11 different colors of soap batter, and you have a limited amount of time, that would be a great thing to do that with. But it's all good. Now I start back from the beginning, and now it's a lot lighter, so I can actually just pick it up. But now I just pour some in this one, and pour some in this one, this one. I think that one kind of got enough in it, so then we'll just go to the next one. That way these can be kind of equal. Oh, that's the start of a mess. Okie dokie. There we go. Now what I'm going to do, got that position in a safe place, is scrape out any extra. Wait a minute. Move that out the way and scrape out any extra. There. Now, where are my skewers? Well, in the meantime, that is so much better. There's a skewer. And another reason why I'm doing the Roy G. Biv is I don't have to worry about the colors getting bloody. By that, I mean light, dark, so forth and so on. I'm doing the yellows first. And then I'm coming over here to the red, then the green, then the blue, then the purple. So that way I don't have to worry about the blue leaving a big old blob in the middle of the yellow and so forth and so on. See how that works? And this blue apparently didn't want to be stirred. It's going to act like it's speckled. that's okay. I got a little trick for it. And the Patagonian purple is turning a different color than it's supposed to. And the Giggle is becoming a light purple. Oh, nope, it's changing now. The Giggle is actually a Mod Podge color, and depending on stirring and stuff, it tends to change color, which is a good thing. Now, let's put this here. I know, not supposed to do that. Supposed to have my goggles on when I do that, but yeah, I just seen what I just did, so. Now, at the moment, it's starting to get thick, because with all this smoke, I'm really going to dump it in there. If it starts to thicken up, then this is going to be a real fun look. Which means Tiger Stripe might become Tiger Squirrel. But I doubt if it's going to give me grief. Well, that came out blue. Well, aqua, kind of. Okay. Now, see, the only issue... Oh, look at the color Giggle turned. But the only issue was the little blue that went into this purple. Dropped it into the purple. And you can't even tell. Which is why I got the colors arranged this way. Oh, the Patagonian purple is now turning brown. Okie dokie. Now, let's start this process. Make sure I'm even on my mode. I'm just going to go straight down the middle. That was a bit thick, but I'll get better at this as time goes on. Okie dokie. First I had it set up using all these thicker cups, but guess what happened? I ran out of room on my little working area, so I just switched to the smaller cups. At which time I found out I am out of the small cups. Oh, that's pretty. So what I'm doing instead, I put all the small cups there and one big cup, and then the first order of business tomorrow is going to be to buy some more disposable cups. Now this kind of muddied into the other color there, so that's going to be interesting when it comes time to be all said and done, because I'm not changing it. Whatever order it gets in, it's the order it's going to go. So hopefully it'll have a pleasant demeanor by the time it's all said and done. It does kind of look like a rainbow. dokie. Back to the start. And I do believe the predominant colors, since I do have Diamond Dust Mica in here, and the gold and the pink apparently are the ones I had the most of. Then when I run out of blues, it'll do a blend of these particular shadings. Wow. Okay, I'm going to have to buy a camera so that way I could do this again, preferably with these same colors, and have a camera angled right over my head here, so that way you can see what I'm seeing here. Because this is so pretty. And since I am using peach, nope, actually that's fresh peach, and cherry overload, which are both very slow moving colors, I should have enough time to finish working on this. And then it's just going to be watch what happens as time goes by. And since this is a rather fluid mix, I am about to get out the other mode, and if I run out because it's looking real close, then I'll be able to put some there. Wow, that got thick. Okay, we have one color accelerating. We have another color that just got ghost on me. I think I'm going to pour those two together. Since it was to get gone anyway. And that's the Patagonian purple that's getting thicker. Patagonian purple has known issues. I mean, all this batter, which is 6 pounds of batter, which is 12 cups, and that's the only color that's acting stupid. I mean, think about that. I mean, it morphs, it speeds up, it just gets on my nerves sometimes. That's alright. Because while it's doing that, ooh, now everything else is starting to thicken up. But it's all good. And these colors are mica, so some of them are going to be sparkly. And this is the tall mode, which means even though even though it's literally at the filling point, which means I went past the part where the thing says, hey, you got extra room, leeway, blah, blah, blah. Oh. So good thing I'm very agile. Yeah. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Alright. That is not going to hold anymore. But, guess what will hold more? Like I said, I'm prepared. And I'm going to pour this here. And then this here. And I'm just going down the line like I did with the bigger mode. Now, under ideal situations, I would have enough space to do, you know, this one and the overflow, but as you can tell, that's not the case right now. But it's all good. I chose this mode because I figure, if nothing else, it'll give me a smaller version of what's going on. And if not, then I'll cut one little sliver or whatever. But it's got 4 openings. So, yep, now all the purple. Out of the diamond dash. The pink is going away. And then the gold. Come on. You can get all the way to the end of the mode. I won't be mad at you. Come on, baby. And then the true yellow. And I'm saying these colors out loud, so that way when I review the video, because I still have to write down what it is I did, so that way I can add it to the pattern, so that way I could duplicate this at some point in time. I could just listen to what I said and write down what I did, because at this point, if I go by my memory, we're going to have issues. Okay, now I can start smoothing some of these over. This is about to get full too. And since it's a smaller mode, I'm definitely going to have to slant it a different way than I did. Yeah. Okay. Because I'm going to have to take this and put it in the second quad of this quad mode. And with the way I did the little bit of lining on here, it might just need to be straightened out, if nothing else. Okay, now. The Patagonia purple, which didn't turn out purple. Did I do 2 cycles of that, or is it? I don't remember. But now I can move some of this stuff way over here. And over here. Oh, well. Fortunately, my entire table is coated with press and seal from day 1. Look at that. And from day 2, I put some freezer paper down. And this looks amazing. Now, let's see. Oh, I can't take a picture of it because I'm using the camera. Alrighty then. Oh, I need to clean that up. Hold on. Oh, well, that did have a little bit color on it, so we'll just straight that on into the bubble. Because if nothing else, this will document how I did it, even though it's not necessarily documenting what I did. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to take this part and kind of smooth it into that node. And now I can take, oh wait a minute, the silver was first. I'm going to scrape it all in. Because everybody knows soapers don't waste nothing. And since this is a very slow moving soap, I'll still be able to take pictures of it and maybe do a secondary video where you can see the top. Okie dokie. Now that's going to go in there. Mm, 26. Looking at the time on the video, because sometimes YouTube will cut off your video or cut it in half, and I do believe my allotted time is a 30-minute video. I remember when I started YouTube, it gave me 3 minutes to make a video of your choice, and then I graduated up to 5 minutes, and I looked up one day and they told me, oh, you can make a 15-minute video, and that's where I was for a few years. Well, you know, I've only recently, as in this year, crossed over the 20 border. In other words, hey, you can make a 20-minute video. And most people say, well, why would you need to? And I was usually that person, you know, I mostly do hair and, you know, do a couple of rants and raves and my opinion on this ideal and that ideal, and cutting my soaps. But now that I make soaps in a more intense manner sometimes you need that extra 5, 10, 20 minutes. And wouldn't you know it, the only one that has enough to go all the way around twice is the one that's in the bigger container. And if this doesn't all get, you know, put in, that's fine because we're on round 2. Okay, green. Be Roy G. Biv, so Coral Reef Blue, which technically is not a green. Certainly pretty. It's one of the prettier colors. It's almost like turquoise, which is why I use it in a lot of stuff. And at some point in time, I wasn't able to get any for a long time. So if you look back on some of the soaps in my shop, quite a few of them ended up with this color, because when I got back to this color, I kind of overdosed it. I threw it in the background for some pink flowers. I threw it in something that was, you know, what kind of green goes with yellow, and so forth and so on. Okay, this should be over here where it can actually be out the way. Okay, Roy G. Biv. I'm going to be able to straighten this out in a minute. So after G comes Biv, which is blue. So that would be blue, indigo, violet. And this blue, literally they have blended with the other blue. If you go by tonal values of the color, I mean, this is blue. That color looks aqua to me. And by the time the soap sets, it actually might be aqua, but going by what I'm seeing with my eyeball, I only see one shade of blue, basically. Oh, and there's some at the bottom that's unmixed, so of course that's going to make it look really funky. See? It's all good. We'll let it do what it do. Wow. Okay, two things I'm going to say about this. One, this is an excellent color, well not color, excellent fragrance oil to work with if you need a slow moving batter. And it's called Cherry Bomb. I renamed it Cherry Overload because of an incident with the United States Post Office opening up one of my packages like they were supposed to, because they seen the word bomb, Cherry Bomb, come on now, on the label. You know, it's like, if I was to make a bomb, guess what I wouldn't write on the package? I wouldn't write the word bomb. So I now write contain soap on all my soaps, and I changed that fragrance to Cherry Overload. A lot of people have heard this story before. But it's slow moving. This whole time, the only thing that's giving me an issue is the Patagonian Purple. And it has known issues. It does a couple of weird things. And I can make a whole video on the weirdness caused by Patagonian Purple, but I'm not going to at this point in time because I'm trying to get this all situated. Yeah. Okay, that's the end of the cups. And let's see. I'm going to scrape this out because it's yellow and there's a couple of colors in there. And I'm just going to speckle. Speckle. And yeah, that's nice. In the meantime, I'm going to take this like that. I know that looks weird, but there's a really logical reason why I'm doing that. Oh, by the way, this lining is contact paper that's like 20 years old. It was in my storage unit, so it no longer sticks to anything, but it's the perfect lining for inside of a mold, because it'll release easy. So for Pessoa, since it's not sticking, and I got the sticky part facing the outside of the mold, so it gives a little grip. But in the meantime, guess what? It's working perfectly under that application premise. Yep. There. Now let's do the same thing on this side. We want this to kind of blend in, because some of it's like leaking out the side there. Actually, how about I just fold some of that over? Actually, I'm going to do this. So it's now safe to move it because it's a little thicker. Can you see that? If not, give me a second. Okie dokie. Now. Well. It's a good thing I was done with that, because that literally disintegrated. None on my hands. Okie dokie. Ta-da! See that one? That's my tiger stripe. And this is the overflow. So I'm going to take this and fold it over, so that way it molds as a single unit. And then this, I'm going to let all of it sit there overnight, 24 hours. Although I'm thinking, because of the formula I use and how I did it, and the fact that I put it in emulsification instead of, thick trace, medium trace, so forth and so on, I'm thinking I'm going to leave this sitting here for 2 days minimum. In fact, I might actually wait until my cutter arrives because it's supposed to arrive January the 9th. So, depending on how this test batch for the smaller piece presents itself by morning, then I might just, wait till it's absolutely positively hard enough to cut because this is a modified recipe of the Pointillism Challenge, and that took 3 days to, get solid, and it was still very, very soft. So, anyway, I'm at 36 minutes, so I need to end this video. This has been People of 7, otherwise known as People on Twitter and YouTube. No, wait a minute. Let me do that right. This is People of 7, otherwise known as People on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. Well, People of 7 on Twitter and YouTube, people elsewhere on the internet. See what happens when I get excited, and this is exciting me. And my blog is located at purplebutterfly-people-blogspot.com. And my soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye.